Hey YouTube, it's Robert here to help with all of your remodeling questions, and in today's video I'm going to revisit Cambria Quartz Countertops. After a recent video that I put up kind of highlighting elements of engineered stone versus natural stone and delving a little bit into the benefits of quartz, I noticed that that video did get a lot of attention, and I'm also seeing that in my own remodeling business, kitchen and bath are a very big part of what we're doing right now. So we're seeing a lot of projects with cabinetry, countertops, and I wanted to kind of go over some of the questions that come up when I'm talking with clients about quartz countertops, and to highlight why I do believe Cambria to be the #1 choice for your quartz countertops, whether that be residential or commercial kitchens, as well as a variety of other applications that I'll dive into a little bit in this video. And to be clear, I am not being paid by Cambria in any way. I have no partnership with them, no endorsements by them. I'm strictly sharing my opinions on Cambria as a brand through my own experiences and those of my clients as to why I do believe this to be the absolute best choice for you on your countertops. With that being said, let's go ahead and go right into the list of reasons why you should buy Cambria Quartz countertops for your next kitchen remodel project. All right, #1, and this is going to be kind of on the surface level, the first thing that we really look at and compare one product to another, and that's going to be in the actual aesthetics, the visuals that are offered between brands. Cambria, hands down, has the most wide variety of looks. It has the greatest amount of depth and realism and range in what they can actually do and create. You compare it to any of the other quartz manufacturers and you'll see that there's going to be a lot of looks that if you want to achieve that particular look, Cambria is going to be your only option, because they are just so far ahead of what they can do technologically from what any of the other manufacturers really offer. And as soon as you kind of familiarize yourself with their line, that becomes very apparent. Now, if you're just looking for a solid color, there are going to be a lot of brands that offer you whites, offer you grays. But what I've found with a lot of clients is when they compare some of the whites of another quartz manufacturer to the whites and the clarity that Cambria can achieve, even in their solid colors, they still kind of stand apart from most other manufacturers. But if you're looking for something with any type of really stone-like design to it, they are just unrivaled in what they can achieve. And so, take a look at products like the Britannica, Scara Bray, some of the more marble specific looks, and they really set themselves apart. We're gonna also talk about some of the new things that they're able to do with those products in another number on this list. Another really important thing to note with Cambria, they never drop any of their colors. So as they continue to add new styles and new offerings with each collection that they release, they also never drop colors. So they can basically achieve some of the earliest designs if you had an area that you didn't originally do and you're wanting to add on and make sure that it all stays consistent, or you're maybe planning a project but you have further things that you'd like to do eventually as your budget allows, and you'd like the assurance that your product will still be available. Cambria is probably the one manufacturer that you can feel very comfortable it's not going to be a dropped color that you then can't finish another section of your house later on. And with a lot of manufacturers, their product collections have a shelf life, and as soon as the styles change and that particular collection is no longer the most popular thing, they may drop it altogether and there's no getting it again. The second reason you would consider getting Cambria Quartz countertops is they're family owned and made right here in the United States, and they're the only brand that can say that. So if for you personally it's important to know that your quartz countertops are made here in the States and are held to the standards of manufacturing that the United States is known for, versus some of the types of practices that happen in other countries where things aren't quite so strictly regulated, then that's another major reason that you would consider to get Cambria, because they're the only one that you have that guarantee with. All right, and the third reason that you would choose Cambria countertops, just like they hold themselves to a high standard on their manufacturing side, they hold their partners to a high standard in terms of the retail and installation side. So not everybody can deal with Cambria. There's a lot of companies that Cambria will not work with. And a fabricator, they have to make sure have the right tools, that they've gone through the processes that Cambria requires to make sure that they truly understand how to install these countertops properly, that they're capable of matching the seams correctly and the patterns correctly, and that it's going to be a good representation of Cambria's product when it actually comes to the install side. So there's a lot of fabricators that can go out and buy quartz countertops through different manufacturers, and they're just happy to sell for, to anybody that they can. Cambria is not that way. They want to work with the right partners that they can make sure that the end result in your kitchen is exactly what they would want it to be. And reason number 4, and this again carries through from the fact that even though Cambria is a manufacturer, their relationship with you does not stop at the point that their slabs have hit the fabricator's doorsteps. So Cambria's lifetime warranty is again unrivaled with anybody else in the industry, and their support on that warranty is really just fantastic. Their lifetime warranty is transferable to the next owner, so it's not something that ends with the person who originally bought it. That's very rare and pretty amazing in itself. But they also are very, very emphatic that if there are issues with your countertop, that it is handled through them, and that they have a representative that's completely trained and qualified to go out and do repairs for you. And it's not just you finding a countertop repair person. So the ability for you to know that you're going to go right back to the source and have the absolute best party addressing those issues down the road for you, if you have them, is a peace of mind that you just cannot get with other manufacturers. Number 5, if you want a no maintenance countertop, Cambria is as no maintenance as you can get. They are NSF certified, that's the National Sanitation Foundation. They are a kosher option, so if you keep kosher and you want to make sure that your countertop is kosherable, Cambria meets that requirement for you as well. And in terms of no maintenance, they're completely non-porous. Now that seems like it would be a given when we talk about quartz in general, because that's the reputation quartz has, but not all manufacturers are the same, and I have seen quartz countertops stain. So there really are huge differences in the quality and just how non-porous we can get our countertops. So Cambria is absolutely the creme de la creme, and if you wanted to use it in a commercial space, it certainly is okay for that. But if you also have a residential kitchen, then you like to cook a lot and you're making all sorts of different sauces, you're drinking red wine in there, you can rest assured that this countertop, from the day you put it in, never needing to be resealed, is going to hold up to all of that. All right, the next couple things on this list are going to be newer developments for Cambria, but number 6 is the ability to book match. This is something that has just recently been revealed as a new offering from Cambria. It's not available on every single product, nor is it necessary on every single product, but for a lot of the designs that you're seeing in the fronts of magazines, on house, again, a lot of these marble looks, you now have the ability through Cambria to book match slabs. So book matching is where we basically have 2 slabs that we fold over and they're a mirror image of each other. This is really important when we have these large islands, spaces that are, there's just no way to do them in one full slab, and we're trying to develop a level of continuity from 2 slabs so that we don't have a seam with a pattern disruption right on the middle of our big beautiful island. So that's something that you can actually see on Cambria's website, and I'll go ahead and move over here real quickly for you to see a couple pictures of what that looks like, but certainly something to do a little bit more research on. So just real quickly here, you can see a picture of a couple of Cambria slabs that they've basically shown here, this book matching element, and you just notice that you get somewhat of a mirror image. That is our book matching process, and that's what allows you to take and do really large countertops without having to disrupt the continuity on them. All right, and number 7, and this again is going to go back to the versatility that Cambria offers. But Cambria Unlike a lot of our manufacturers that only have 2cm and 3cm, Cambria now does offer both a 1cm and also a 6mm thickness slab. So that opens up a whole range of new options for us in terms of applications and things that we can achieve with the different thicknesses. That 6mm is a very thin panel, and that allows us to do things like backlighting, where we put light on the back side of the stone, allowing it to shine through some of the translucent colors. Creates unbelievably beautiful looks. We can also do wall cladding. It's much thinner and lighter for us to go ahead and put up on vertical surfaces. We can do things like shower walls with that. We can also do things like fireplaces with that, because Cambria's heat resistance allows us to put it in a variety of spots where we might be spiking those temperatures up a little bit. So you can have confidence putting it on walls, both from the ability to get some of these lighter, more manageable stone thicknesses, as well as how well it holds up to all of the different elements. In addition to things like wall cladding, we also have a much better option if you wanted to incorporate a Cambria stone into any type of a tabletop or a furniture piece. Again, because it's much thinner and lighter, things like a coffee table or a dining table, it's now much more feasible for us to go ahead and take a Cambria and then incorporate and install it into an actual furniture piece. So lots of versatility, lots of ability for us to coordinate our kitchen countertops with our dining room tables, and it just gives us so many more options with what we can do with the stone. All right, so there's 7 reasons why you should be buying Cambria Quartz for your next countertop project, or maybe even one of the other types of projects that I had just mentioned there in that last list of wall cladding, furniture, etc. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. Again, I am not being paid or I'm not partnered with Cambria in any way. I just feel very strongly that this is in fact going to be the best option, at least if you're considering any type of a stone product. But if you want a low maintenance and absolutely stunning to look at countertop, Cambria is going to have just about anything you could be looking for. Again, my name's Robert. I'm here to help with all of your remodeling needs. So please comment down below with any questions that you might have. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me if you liked this video, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I do actually read the comments and take those things into account when I come up with new video ideas. So if you have things that you would like me to explore or talk about in a future video, let me know down below and I probably will make a video on it. Until next time, happy remodeling.